About a year ago, I uploaded a video listing the 7 games I will never platinum. I spent some time speaking about games that, for whatever reason, I would never spend any more time going for the platinum trophy, and had no interest in experiencing again. However, I did kind of lie in that video because there are 2 games on the list that I would be fairly open to platinuming in the future. I'm sorry! No, I'm sorry, I know, please don't cancel me, I know, I'm sorry. Similar to that video, I'm going to be talking about games that I have played in some shape or form, because it is pretty easy just to make a list of games I've never played in my lifetime and don't plan to. I think that would be kind of boring. So every game in this video I have played in some way, shape or form. Very quickly as well, before we get into the list, if you do like this type of video, please let me know what else you'd like to see in the comments down below. Also, I am trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. So if you do enjoy the video and you'd like to help me out, please consider subscribing. So with that out the way, here is my list of 7 more games I will never platinum. At number 1, we have The Last of Us. Okay, so of course I had to start this video off with a bit of a shocker, but I do have a genuine reason behind it. The Last of Us, of course, is one of the most popular games of all time. It is critically acclaimed, and I love the game. But it's actually my love for the game which is the reason why I will never platinum it. I currently have 3 trophies on the game. 2 of those are multiplayer DLC trophies that I did with friends sometime, but I only have 1 trophy in the base game, and that's for completing the story on easy difficulty. And that is exactly why I won't replay the game. Not because I think survivor difficulty will be too challenging or that I hate collectibles. It's because to me, The Last of Us story was a once in a lifetime experience for me. The emotions I felt playing that game at the time were so real and so visceral that there's this massive part of me that just wants to leave the game untouched. I hope that makes sense to people, that sometimes you can experience something that you enjoy so much that you actually have no urge to ever go back to it. And because I fell in love with Ellie and Joel, I fell in love with the world, I enjoyed the story so much, there is weirdly no part of me that wants to go back and experience that journey again. The ending of the game felt so conclusive to me that there was nothing else for me to do. So the idea of going back to a game I love so much and trying to get that platinum trophy, it just doesn't appeal to me, and I'm never gonna go back and do it. At number 2, we have Batman Arkham Knight. I don't think this one is as controversial as The Last of Us, but obviously Batman Arkham Knight is a wonderful game. I know it's massively beloved by the community, and it has kicked off an iconic series of games that so many people love. My personal issue with this one is I just struggled to get into it. I completed the first mission and got 1 trophy back in 2019. I didn't find myself enjoying it at the time, so I took a break and I came back a couple of years later, tried again, and I still couldn't get into it. Admittedly, I've never been a huge superhero game fan anyway, and while I did enjoy the Dark Knight trilogy, I've never been particularly drawn to Batman, so maybe that's one of the reasons why. It is a shame though, because I have seen platinum videos on these games and I really wish I liked it. It's one of those annoying things where I wish I liked a game so much and it just doesn't work for me, unfortunately. And at number 3, we have Bus Simulator 21. Okay, so this is one of the weirder games on the list, but I actually have a really good reason behind it. Some of you may remember, but very early on in this channel's life, I uploaded a platinum video on the game Lawnmower Simulator, which to this day remains one of my most viewed videos. So obviously at the time, with the success of one simulator game, I thought it would be a good idea to try another. Enter Bus Simulator 21, the game about building your own routes around the city, driving passengers from location to location, and just experiencing the exciting life of buses. I started working on this video in May of 2023, and I earned myself 13 of the game's 38 trophies. So, you might be asking, why did you stop? And why will you never go back to it? The simple answer, the game is really buggy. And by that, I don't mean like a standard glitch or a couple of little issues here and there. The game was so bad that I physically could not earn certain trophies, despite completing the requirements multiple times. At first, I thought it was an issue with my save file, but after doing some investigating, it turns out the entire community were having the same issues. As you can see on screen, here's a tweet of mine from last year where I actively quote tweeted the game like, please help me, I want this fixed. They did eventually fix it. The issue was it took them about 2 months after I made that tweet to do it. By the way, I should say it's not because of my tweet, they were gonna fix it anyway, I'm sure. But obviously by that point I had kind of dropped the video, I'd lost a lot of motivation for the game, and I was working on other projects. I ended up deleting all of my footage late last year, and unfortunately for me, I just never want to go back to the game. At number 4, we have Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus. So this one should have a pretty simple reason, but it's actually only half the reason. Wolfenstein 2 Platinum is a 10 out of 10 difficulty, and this is due to one trophy, Mein Leben. To earn Mein Leben, you need to beat the entire campaign without dying once. Obviously this is pretty tough, but what makes it even harder is not only will you be playing the game on the hardest difficulty, but you are unable to save the game. Essentially, this is a permadeath mode, so every time you die, you go right back to the beginning of the campaign, and you need to play another 4 to 6 hours in order to beat it. However, this isn't the full reason why I don't want to platinum the game. I'm going to come at this one from a content creator point of view and admit that the game has been a little bit overdone. For the record, this isn't shade at anyone obviously, because there are some truly brilliant Wolfenstein videos, but if I'm being really honest with myself, if I was to go for a Wolfenstein 2 Platinum video, I feel like I won't be able to add anything particularly unique to the challenge, and it won't be anything people haven't seen before. I think it's because the nature of the game, it's probably one of the easier 10 out of 10 difficulties. I know that doesn't quite make sense, obviously, because it's 10 out of 10, it's still very, very hard, but I feel like it's the very standard one that most people will go for. Obviously, I am a hypocrite though, because I've yet to get a 10 out of 10 myself, but when that time comes, I'm going to try and go for something a bit more unique. Also, I kind of want to platinum every Call of Duty at some point, and I feel like I'm going to burn myself out on shooters. Okay, at number 5, we have Dead by Daylight. I adore Dead by Daylight. If you've never played the game before, you start off in an arena with 4 survivors and 1 killer. The survivors need to fix generators in order to unlock all the exits, while the killer has to, well, kill everyone. That's the very basic gameplay loop. Obviously, there are a few more nuances to that, but please believe me when I tell you this game is brilliant. On a different gaming channel I have that sadly I don't use anymore, I have loads of funny moments from games with my friends, and I have put hundreds of hours into this game. And that is unfortunately the problem with earning this platinum. You have to get all of the trophies in public matches, and it is incredibly difficult to get you and a friend in the same game in order to play together. This makes me really sad because I would love to go for this platinum trophy with my friends, and I don't mean this in the way that I would like to boost the trophies, because I don't really want to do that. I would just love to play normally in custom games with them all and allow myself the chance to earn trophies in a fun way. Dead by Daylight is the kind of game where it is significantly better when playing with your friends, and it even has cross-platform, which would allow me to play with the same group I play with on PC. If the trophy earning rules ever change and I am able to get them in custom matches, then I would be more than happy to give this platinum a go, but for now I don't think it's something I want to go for. At number 6, we have Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I won't lie to you, this one is super depressing for me because it's the only game on this list that I am physically locked out of the platinum for. Black Ops 2 is one of my favourite Call of Duties of all time, one of the games I've spent the most hours on in my time, and even though the game is a decade old by now, it still holds some fantastic memories of gaming with my friends, late nights after work, and having so much fun on the diamond camo grind. When I first started this channel, this is one of the games that actually sprung to mind. It was on my list for such a long time, and I knew that when I got another PS3, this was going to be one of the first games I went for. However, unfortunately for me, there is one trophy completely locking me out of this platinum. That trophy is called Big Leagues, and you earn it for winning 5 multiplayer league play games after being placed in a division. Unfortunately for me, this trophy no longer became available in 2015 when Treyarch shut down the league play mode. I think the most irritating thing is I put so many hours into multiplayer. I knew league play was there, I had friends who played league play, and I just never bothered to touch it myself. And it's really funny, isn't it, how an innocuous decision you make 10 years ago can affect your current self today. Obviously earlier I mentioned in the video I would really love to have platinumed every single Call of Duty game, and it feels a shame that this one is going to be a miss for me. At number 7, and the final game on our list, we have Fortnite. I feel like I don't need to explain Fortnite to you. The Battle Royale mode has been the biggest thing in gaming for the past, 7 years now? The game has huge cultural influence, everyone knows what it is, and everybody is familiar with how the Battle Royale works. However, from a Platinum trophy perspective, there is not a single Battle Royale trophy in the game. Every single trophy for Fortnite comes from the Save the World game mode. I don't have a problem with Save the World, I've never played it myself, but it doesn't look particularly difficult. You use Fortnite's building mechanics, unlock better guns as you fight off hordes of enemies. My main problem with the Fortnite Platinum is how long it would take me. If you've never looked at the Fortnite guide on PSN profiles, it is one of the only games on there that has a timer of 999 hours. The reason it takes so long is because there are several trophies which will take you hundreds of hours and in some cases thousands of games to get through. For example, you have Talented Builder for building 500,000 structures, Guardian Angel for saving 10,000 survivors, and Plays Well with Others for completing 1,000 Play with Others missions. And those Play with Others missions supposedly will take you 10 to 15 minutes, so it will take such a long time to play through 1,000 of them. And if I'm being completely honest with you, I like Fortnite, but I don't like Fortnite that much, and I don't really want to have to sit through that monster grind. There are other YouTubers who have put Fortnite videos out. For example, Study's video is fantastic, I would recommend checking that one out. But for me on a personal level, I just don't want to commit that many hours into the game. However, fairly recently, Fortnite did add achievements to the Battle Royale section of the game, so I would be fairly open for trying to get every single Battle Royale achievement. I think that could be a really fun video. But besides that, the only thing I'm going to get on Fortnite is a few Victory Royales. Jesus man, that was cringy. Oh my god. Right guys, thank you so much for watching. This video has been 7 more games I will never get the Platinum trophy for. Once again, if you did enjoy, please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you're new. Our next game will once again be a normal Platinum playthrough. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, bye bye.